Alright, a quick highlight video from Thursday's trading at greatstockpicks.com. ZAG is a good example of when you have something like this, okay? Huge breakout on volume. Now, I don't ever want to be accused of chasing or getting our members to chase, so I usually shy away from stuff like this, but it's a good example of why you should have it on your watch list the next day, okay? Now, if I show you 5-minute candles here, formed a nice base right below 1450 here, very close to the high of the day, 1464. So 1465, you know, people start seeing ZAG show up after that breakout yesterday. They start seeing it show up on the new highs ticker. They might start chasing. So I called this over 1450. I said 1451 was the call. Stop was 22 cents below, and look at this. I mean, it just launched to at one point 1585, and that is $1.34 in our favor on 22 cents risk. So that's a good example of why you should still have something that was extremely powerful the previous day, even though you know you don't want to chase. You never know before the market opens if it's going to give you a low risk setup, and you can play right into a place where it should get some momentum. So it's a good reasoning there. And then Coach right here, COH. I projected this one live as it was setting up, and you guys know I love when a stock does this using a method we teach. Gave a verbal call at 59.34 with a low of day stop, which was 13 cents below, didn't get hit. And from 59.34, which was right about there, this thing made it, look at the close, made it all the way to 60.95. That's $1.61 in our favor on 13 cents risk. Couple other things to talk about, although I got to be honest, I didn't trade that one very well. I did make some money on it, but I certainly didn't pull out of it what I could have. HSOL is something I've got to share with you too. I called this one. Now, I love the daily. I've been telling everybody for 2 or 3, well, we actually caught this on this breakout, I guess it was yesterday, 563, and it went up 51 cents a share. And the stop was only a dime below, so it was a 9% move. We caught this yesterday right out of the gate. Didn't even have it on watch, but I found it right near the open. Another example. So the daily looked like this. With this volume, it just looked like it definitely had room. Okay, so then I had it on watch today, and you can see a very strong day, but it gapped down like everything else did. Whoops! And I called it, thinking we'd get our instant momentum on the break of the 10-minute high here. I called it at 573, I think, with a 560 stop. Can't remember if the stop was tighter than that. It might have been 564 stop, sorry. So 9 cents risk, but you can see it triggered at 573, stopped out almost immediately. So you know, that can happen. That's why you've heard in a lot of my videos, I don't like to make calls in the first 15 minutes. Things are so whippy, and then look what happens. And then it rips and takes out yesterday's high and goes all the way to 626. So I was right about the stock, I was right about the daily chart, and still managed to lose money on it. And then I was looking elsewhere and didn't even get to play this turn here. So I know some of our members made a ton in this today, but not on my call unless they ignored the stop. It was actually almost an immediate loser for me right off the bat. So there's an example of you can love a stock, you can love the chart, and if you time it wrong, you still lose. And speaking of HSOL, these cheap solars, SOL, we had on Bounce Watch yesterday, and some of our members caught that. And again, I was looking elsewhere. Matter of fact, I was looking at HSOL. Some of our members took it on a break of the early high right here yesterday, made a huge gain. I had it on watch today and called it at, let me get this right, called it at 491, I think with a 484 stop, and it held the stop and ended up making it to 508, which is actually a nice percentage gain, almost 20 cents on a $5 stock. So anyway, there's some highlights and some lowlights for me from today. We had some other calls, some worked, some didn't, but overall we're still sticking to our extremely low risk trading. And if we don't find something that's got a tight trigger and stop, we just simply won't call it. So I'm not going to babble on here. Still owe a free pick for this week. I just haven't found a daily chart with a catalyst based on the daily chart trigger price that I like. So if I can't, we'll just maybe try to send out 2 next week. And keep in mind, most of what we do is based on intraday setups anyway, but I still try to send out a good looking chart at least once a week to you free pick members. So anyway, that's it. Have a great night, and we'll have a highlight video from tomorrow's trading on tomorrow night.